Um, Mark, so let's go ahead and
Yes.
move into the final ramble for this week. Catharsis, which is not the
Biblical.
it's not biblical. I'm sure there's catharsis in the Bible, but it's not Psalms, it's not Romans, it's not any of that.
The Catharsis 126.
It's always so interesting to run into those who are actually like catharsis 126, you piece of shit.
I don't know.
It's always interesting to run into those who are, consider themselves religious, but have not read the Bible or their book of choosing, and yet I have read most of those. It's just
I have
interesting.
not.
I have let's see. I'm not going to start naming the books because I know I'm going to get the names wrong and line them up
Oh,
with
there's
the
a fuck
wrong
ton of them,
religions.
man.
So, anyway, moving on to actual catharsis. This has been incredibly important to me as of late. And I feel like a lot of that has to do with, again, this kind of feeling of really high highs and really low lows that I've been experiencing. A lot of which because of my body, some of which because of people in my life. And yeah, I just kind of want to talk about catharsis. What makes you feel cathartic? What you do? People you talk to. Ironically, weirdly, Jersey has been giving me a lot of catharsis lately. A good
That's
friend
kinda
of
weird.
mine who, who, Jersey has become a very good and quality individual. However, still, let's just be plain about it. Jersey doesn't have like a college level education. He has trouble keeping up with my vocabulary. Doesn't communicate as well as I do, which used to be incredibly frustrating for me. And now, just talking to him within the past few months has just, like, I'll have a day like yesterday where I'm just in my head all day and I'm just like, oh my God, I just want to talk to Jersey. Where's the gun? Where's the gun?
Okay.
Gay. We so when he was in town last, he was just
Yeah.
like, so my mom and sister are going to be passing, through to go see my son in his play. And he was just like, would you mind if we went to, get lunch with them, if you could meet them? Because,
Nice.
like, as you get older, you kind of have fewer close friends.
Sure.
And he was just like, it'd be nice if, they could meet one of my close friends. And we sit down, and me and his mom and his sister are already talking about wine, and the waitress walks up, and, we're asking about the wines, and I get this vibe, and she walks away, and I'm just like, she thinks we're gay.
That's amazing.
Yep. So that's been the third waitress that has thought I've been, because there was Jen. There was Jen.
I mean,
I can't believe I still
dress
can't,
well.
I still
I'm
can't
fit,
believe that.
So, and I'm small. I know I
Really?
give out the gay vibe sometimes.
Really? I mean you, but like the two of us, I don't know. That one never got me until she said that to me. So
That's funny.
yeah. Anyway, so catharsis. Yeah, so like working out has been incredibly cathartic most of the time. Sometimes like these exercises, not like literal exercises, but like the things you do to experience catharsis, basically feeling better about things, coming to a relief mentally, physically, is. Sometimes they don't work. Sometimes going to Planet Fitness while being in my head still just leaves me in my fucking head. And yeah, so catharsis. What do you need to feel catharsis about lately?
I mean, as I've said earlier, it's been a shitty week, shitty couple of weeks, shitty month. There's a lot there, and just letting your emotions go in general is rewarding in itself. When you're feeling pain, don't try to hide it. I really didn't have much of an outlet besides, the family.
Oh
Um,
yeah, the first
yeah.
couple weeks of this week might be fun. I'm gonna run out of my muscle relaxer, so
Good luck.
hmm.
Um, but y-
Not saying I have a dependency or an addiction, but it actually does really reduce the pain of
I'm
IT band
sure, yeah.
syndrome.
Um,
And so yeah,
yeah, I mean, it's I don't know. Like like I said, I looked it up, catharsis, and like about like it was like relieving your emotions, essentially. Um, yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm usually an upbeat guy, so I feel like it's hard for me to, carry my emotions on my shoulders. But when I do, like I said, when something sad happens, like I am generally just I will fucking cry, and it feels fantastic. Um,
sometimes a cry just isn't what you need though. Sometimes like you get there and
uh,
it's just like, fuck, that didn't help.
yeah, I mean, talking it out helps too, definitely for sure. Whatever's on your mind. In fact, a couple weeks ago when I was heading back to Columbus, after I think it was like after my accident, the weekend when I was in Toledo for that, I ended up calling my sister and I just vented because there's other shit going on too. That I was just like stressing out, but I didn't want to like burden my mom about it. But even though I talked to my mom about everything, but she had enough shit going on with my
Yeah,
grandma,
yeah.
and so I called my sister, and I was just, and actually, she texted me, then I called her, and I just fucking let it go, um, and that was fantastic. 'Cause it was something that was weighing on my shoulders all weekend, and that happened, and it was great. But other than that, besides like talking it out and just crying, um, I don't know. Coffee, heavy metal.
Someone I know was going through something recently where they just seemed like, like there was just all this fucking weight on top of them
Hmm.
and they didn't know what to do about it and they were feeling hopeless. And I was just like, feel it.
Tell
Like,
me.
I
Yeah.
know well, they were just they told it
They
all.
did tell you? Okay.
And it
That's
was,
good though. That's good.
and I couldn't help but just think on it. And I just said, just feel it. Like,
I mean,
I know it sucks, but like, let it wash over you. Like if you bottled it up, pour the bottle out. But
mhm.
yeah, just like, and then come out the other side of it, and like just don't
You'll
give up on hope. Like,
Yeah, you'll come out slightly better. And I mean, just the other day, like someone, apologized. Like she's like, "I'm sorry, I, kind of laid out all my problems on you." I'm like, don't be sorry. Like
yeah,
it's fine. Like that's what I'm here for. We're friends. Like that's fine. Like if you
I think
don't
the, I
want me,
think
then we can put it out, and then like you're gonna bottle it up, and you're gonna be miserable for whatever reason.
I
So
think the only time where it's just like don't like don't be the person who always shares their problem but then doesn't listen to anything people have to
yeah.
say.
Or,
Speaking of unattractive features, yeah, just like
or when you have a
don't
problem, make it a real problem, not like this first world problem bullshit. Like, ugh, what do I eat today? Like, I don't give a fuck. That's not a problem.
yeah.
Like, make it something real and meaningful if you want to complain about something, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I, I'm so like there was this person I was around who basically said something mean to someone and they
Hmm.
said something back and then the person who said something mean was just like, why don't you feel bad for me? And I was just like, because you're a fucking, oh my god, really?
'Cause you started it.
Yeah, and it's just like,
But you can't say that as, a almost 30-year-old adult. But
yeah,
sometimes you kind of have to.
a lot of times it can be a bit rough being around kids because it's just like, no, I know exactly what you're going through, but you're just
Yeah.
not ready to hear it, so I'm not gonna say it because I don't like wasting my time. I've always really hated that where it's just like a person is seeking catharsis, and you kind of have like the answer. It's just like, ooh, here's a good one. Stop seeing them.
Yeah.
And and then they just continue to do it. And
Yeah.
it's just like, all right then. Yeah, like that one always gets me like, oh, why don't I have a girlfriend? And it's just like, give up. And I literally mean that. Like,
Or stop being an asshole. One or the other. It's probably one of those two things.
typically, oh, why don't I have a girlfriend? Why don't I have a boyfriend? Give up. Like this can be so integral to actually like just putting yourself out there.
Hmm.
Stop caring about it And believe it or not, like, a lot of times it just fucking happens.
It's such a cliche thing to say too. Like,
Yeah.
all good things come to those who wait.
All things in time is the one I prefer, because all things are possible given in enough time, which sounds kind of stupid because it's just like, well, what if you run out of time? And it's just like, well, that's not the point. And it's just like, if you stop caring about, like, I want to have a great night, and, we're going to go downtown, we're going to go to this bar, and then we're going to go to this bar, and then my girlfriend's going to join me at this bar, and, oh no, the night isn't going according to exactly my plan, this sucks. It's just like, who the fuck cares? Are you having a good time? Are you having the best time you can be, even with what little there is? That is what's enjoyable. And in this kind of emotional reprieve about who you are, who you present yourself as, about like the people around you and your relationship. There is an adult mental sustaining catharsis in that as well, that I've personally come to find as well, where it's just like, okay, like, we make the best of this. And yeah, catharsis. Not out of the Bible.
It's a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Give it that.
Anything else?
No, I think that's it for me on this one too.
Short one, but a good one. We need some short ones. Those first two were longer. Let's get into the main topic.